Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to make phrasal verbs easy for everyone. I know that phrasal verbs can be really tricky, especially since many of them come with more than just one or two meanings, right? But native speakers use them all the time, so you need to know them. But don't worry, in this video, I will break them down for you. I will offer clear examples and even illustrations, okay? So, like this video and let's dive into the world of phrasal verbs. I will start with an easy one, that is take off. But you should stay until the end because I will share the 3 most confusing phrasal verbs, like all students confuse them. Take off can mean remove something like clothes, okay? So take off, where please take off your shoes before entering the house. This is the first meaning. But the second meaning of take off is when an airplane, like whee, leaves the ground, like take off. So, for example, the plane will take off in 30 seconds. By the way, feel free to pause this video and take notes and practice using these phrasal verbs in different sentences. Next one.
These examples illustrate how context determines the meaning of take on. This phrasal verb can mean 2 things. First, to take on a responsibility. For example, she decided to take on the role of team leader at work. In this case, it means she accepted the responsibility. On the other hand, take on can also mean to confront someone. Imagine a scene in a movie where a character says, "I'll take you on." This means they are ready to face a challenge or opposition.
Next one is bring up. That is, if you are in a meeting and you bring up a topic, you start talking about a topic. For example, she brought up an interesting topic during the discussion. But also, bring up means to raise a child. I hear a very common mistake here when my students use the verb grow up, like they say, I grow up my child, instead of bring up my child. So, for example, they brought up their children to be kind and respectful. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. And if you would like to get a notification every time I share a video, subscribe to my channel. Next is turn down. Turn down. The first meaning is to make something quieter or lower in volume. Let's say you have a remote and you turn down the volume. So you decrease. For example, it's too loud. Can you please turn down the music? Another meaning of turn down is to say no to something or to refuse. For example, I had to turn down the job offer because it was too far away. Now another phrasal verb is turn up. Watch this.
Let's start with turn up the volume. Picture this. You're at home, your favorite song comes on, and the first thing you do is reach for the remote or your device and turn up the volume. What this action does is increase the sound level, allowing you to fully immerse yourself in the music or movie experience. It's all about amplification, enhancing what you're listening to so you don't miss a beat. Now contrast that with turn up at a party. This expression shifts us into a completely different scene. Imagine planning a big event. You're eagerly awaiting the arrival of your friends, the moment they turn up at your party. Here, turn up means to arrive or make an appearance. It's about presence, showing up to enjoy the festivities and playing a part in the celebration. Despite sharing the same couple of words, turn up can operate in 2 very different worlds, the auditory and the social. It's a great example of how flexible and fun language can be.
Next is give up. So when you give up, you stop trying to do something, okay? So you try very hard and then it gets very difficult and you're like, okay, I will not give up on my dream to become a doctor. I will not give up. I will not stop trying. This is one meaning. Another meaning is to let go of something. And let's say you are sitting on a bus and then you see an old lady, and because you're a nice person, you decide to give up your seat. And you say, hey, you can sit down. So you give up your seat. So many of you ask me, teacher, how can I remember these phrasal verbs? Actually, it's very simple. First, you choose the phrasal verb that you want to learn and the meaning, and you can use it in a sentence and leave a comment below, okay? And also you can write that phrasal verb on a piece of paper with the translation also, okay? So one side the phrasal verb, the other side the translation. Then 1 hour later, look at the translation only and try to recall the phrasal verb, okay? And try to recall also the example that you left in the comment. If you can't, then look at it, try to memorize it again, and do the same tomorrow, okay? When you do this, you effectively remember all of the new phrasal verbs that you learned or other vocabulary. All right, let's watch this and learn some more phrasal verbs.
Next is look up. You might look up, literally directing your gaze to the sky, or look up something in a dictionary or online if you need to find more information. Now consider make out. It could mean to see or hear something clearly, especially when it's difficult, like trying to make out a faint sound. Alternatively, it can refer to kissing passionately.
I hope that the illustrations helped. When you see these phrasal verbs with their two meanings and different illustrations, this is a great way to remember, okay? Next phrasal verb is check out. I think almost all of you know the first meaning. That is to leave a place after paying, like a hotel. Okay, so on your last day, you check out. For example, we need to check out of the hotel by 11 a.m. Okay, but check out has also another meaning. That is to look at something carefully or investigate. Like, let's say I'm watching something, I'm like, hey, check this out. Or check out your outfit, if it's good or not. Next phrasal verb is call off. Call off means to cancel something that was planned. And this phrasal verb is very commonly used in business English. For example, we had to call off the meeting because of an emergency. Next is set up. Set up. If you work in English, I'm so sure you have seen this phrasal verb before, because it means to arrange or organize something. You would always say, hey, I will set up a meeting to talk about the project. Set up can also have another meaning that is very different. When someone makes someone innocent, someone who didn't do anything bad, look like they did a bad thing. So they set them up. Thanks for watching today's video. If you would like to learn some more phrasal verbs, then simply check this video out.